Hey guys, and welcome back to the Pulse Social Sports News Bulletin. It's great to see you all back here. It's mid-January, during the country's third and hopefully final lockdown, and while it's a tough time for all, here's to hoping that everyone is staying safe and active in the new year, with possibly some still honouring their New Year's resolutions. But what's been going on recently in the sporting world? BBC News posted an article that has highlighted a much wider topic and is imperative in the plight of women's football, where they mention the highlights in the rise of women's goalkeeping and the success of the women's goalkeeping coaches, after it is quoted in an article, "Unlike a poor shot, missed tackle or misplaced pass elsewhere on the pitch, goalkeepers' mistakes can often result in goals." A statement that carries a lot of weight behind it. A goalkeeper's job isn't to win a game, but it's to not lose it, and that's a lot of weight to carry for an individual. Meanwhile, we at Pulse Social also have some fantastic news and events coming up that we're thrilled to share with you. To start, we are very excited to share our event, the She Gets Social Virtual Fundraising Coffee Morning on the 25th of January. We are fully aware that the lockdown has left many isolated and alone. These, combined with the blues that January usually brings, makes loneliness a big issue that can face many. Which is why we're inviting you to a coffee morning to discuss issues that are facing women across the country. A great opportunity to meet people and feel connected while we're so far apart. For more information, visit our LinkedIn, our Twitter, our YouTube or our Facebook, or visit our website. All of these are found at the end of the video. Meanwhile, we have 3 new podcasts coming out, with our first guest being Nathan Tree, a fantastic interview guest who discusses his experiences working with the blind sporting community after having vision impairments himself, as Nathan talks of his experiences about travelling over the US and Canada to partake in blind ice hockey and his efforts in bringing the sport back to the UK.
I'm severely sight impaired. I've got a condition called cone rod dystrophy, where my central vision is missing. I'm an advocate for blind sport and especially blind ice hockey, but also just promoting what being visually impaired is actually all about, and putting a positive spin on it, really.
Our second guest is David Shafto, a community member of the Open County who is responsible for their disability sporting projects such as disability canoeing and abseiling, as well as the most successful of these projects has been an effort to involve partially sighted tandem bike rides, which involves 2 people on a double bicycle as they both cycle together. It's truly a great way to get the disabled community back to nature whilst keeping fit and healthy and safe at the same time.
Yeah, well, like most things that we do at Open Country, we try and listen to what our members would like us to do. And we had a gentleman who had actually been below me in the year at school, and he'd had a very nasty cycling accident on public roads and sustained a head injury. And he hadn't been able to cycle. But he came to us and said, I've actually promised my family I won't cycle on roads anymore, but I'd like to cycle again.
Finally, our third guest is David Melville, a member of British Blind Sports, and the focus is running sporting and community sessions for the visually impaired, whilst championing at-home Zoom and fitness sessions aimed at keeping fit and healthy within the safe and comfort of their own homes.
So that's sort of, I suppose, it stems right back to my first involvement with disability sport. So when I was actually at college as a 16-year-old studying sports and exercise science, one of our modules was around disability sport. Although it was very small and there wasn't a heavy focus on visually impaired sports, we did do a lot of work with the local special educational needs school.
That's all we have for this week, and I hope you've enjoyed our news bulletin. For more information about our coffee morning or any of our projects, please like and subscribe to our Facebook, LinkedIn, our Twitter, or our YouTube at Pulse Social CIC. That's all for this week. See you next time.